All right, all right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. Double honors be to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and citation to the elders and Akim VMS. The men that are like him that is pushing the road of truth and sincerity. And shalom to those elect. I'm going to a quick lesson here, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, of course. And this is going to be in regards to Revelation 13, verse 16. All right, if you want to know, you want to know. We're simply talking about the schmackety schmack ultimate smackdown, which we know as the grain of rice. Well, fuck it, the RFID microchip. All right. If you don't know by now, that verse, those couple verses are dealing with that technology that Esau's going to roll out very, very soon. Now he's going to need an infrastructure to run this. Now I didn't know this as of a couple of days ago about the 6G technology, the sixth generation technology that's being rolled out. All right, because of course primary to 6G, you have 5G. All right, now a little bit of history on 5G, which I'm going to read on. We're going to do some reading on it. 5G technology, I think, was implemented in 2019. So that's talking about 6 to 7 years of 5G being on the platform. All right, but now since all roads lead to Revelation 13, verse 16. The destruction of America, World War III, our temptation, Jacob's trouble, the return of Yahweh Shai, all right, our Lord and Savior. All roads leads to these last future prophecies, man. All right, you got false prophets, calamities, pestilence. You got great evils coming about this place, man. Wickedness, has exceedingly polluted this earth, and now Yahweh Shai is about to tear this place apart. All right, but things have to pop off first. But we know in the end times, this technology has to be, first and foremost, it has to be, what's the word I'm looking for? The infrastructure has to be set up in order for this to work. All right, so we're gonna read on the 6G, and it's funny that it's six. It used the word six. All right, the number 666. Number of the man, the Edomite. The red man, the devil. All right, so it's funny that this might be the last hoorah for Esau, man. But we're gonna do some reading on it. First and foremost, let's go to Wikipedia. This is gonna be a long lesson. All right, it's just we in the spirit going back into what's prophetic, man, which is this technology that's about to be implemented. All right. Anyways, so I got Wikipedia. I just want to do a quick little research on 5G. So I remember when it was implemented some years ago. So 5G is the fifth generation of cellular network technology and the successor to 4G, of course. It was first deployed in 2019. All right, so that's when I remember when things was rolling over. All right. Its technical standards are developed by the third generation partnership. Don't give a shit. That's all I really wanted to know. Really wanted to see when 5G was implemented. Because when I was watching brothers' videos, I was like, 6G. Damn, I never even heard of 6G. Because 5G was just implemented just a few years ago, so to speak. So things are ramping up. And Yahweh Shema Shai is speedily. He's fast pacing the times, the days, man. All right, for the elect's sake. All right. Every time I wake up, a few hours later, man, it's damn near midnight. You can't keep up with the time nowadays, man. But that's a blessing. That's beautiful. Especially brothers that has those arduous jobs, probably sitting at the desk, looking at a computer screen all day, and the time is flying, man, and that's beautiful, man. Barakatah Yahweh Shema Shai. So we got that. I just want to know the date on it. So it was deployed in 2019. Now let's read on a little bit about 6G. Like I said, you need that infrastructure, that platform to support this magnificent, this mega structure. All right. So 5G couldn't cut it. So let's read a little bit about the future. And I got this out of simple Bing search. I typed in, what is the future of 6G technology? All right, do some reading real quick. 6G technology is poised to revolutionize wireless communication with unprecedented speeds, ultra low latency, and transformative applications across various industries. All right, one industry being that RFID chip. Its key features and capabilities: speed and latency. 6G is expected to achieve speeds up to 100 gigs or more, from surpassing 5G. This will enable seamless experiences with high def excuse me, with high def content, virtual and augmented reality. See, this thing is on the up and coming too. This virtual reality, this augmented reality, this thing is on the up and coming too. See, Esau wants you in a trance, man. He wants to keep you niggas asleep. He wants to keep you in a false reality, in a deluded state, so he can continue to do his wickedness and filthiness, man, without you noticing. But guess what? Everybody's noticing what was going down. Everybody see what's popping off. You could probably go down this road and ask a simple question like, "Yo, what's this speaking about?" And they'll probably tell you, "Yo, this is that new technology about to roll out." Y'all know what I'm talking about. But you ask an Israelite that's wearing a goddamn t-shirt fringe that's probably more than likely already sold out, which that shows you we're in the end times. Then he'll tell you some bullshit. He'll tell you some bullshit, literally. But now it's impossible for you to see this, because every day is more things that are being brought out, like this 6G technology, you know. So this is our job to continue to push this. All right. So it says augmented reality application to cloud gaming that feels instantaneous, because everybody likes instantaneous stuff. All right, let's get the definition on instantaneous, which we all know, but I like to get definitions to broaden my vocabulary and shit. So instantaneous, the definition: it's occurring or done in an instant or instantly. All right, existing or measured at a particular instant. So everybody like things fast paced, because this is a fast paced society. All right, there's no longer, nobody has patience. Nobody has patience no more. All right, nobody wants to step up, and this is how Esau's gonna roll it out. They're gonna use it to your advantage, so to speak. They're gonna say you don't have to stand in line anymore in the grocery store. It's in and out, instant in and out. All you gotta do is just with the swipe of a hand, everything's recorded, everything's done, dotted. Seamless. It's seamless. It's instantaneous. That's what's going to catch majority of people's eye. All right. It's that instantaneous that gratification. All right. Think you got one up on technology because now you're working a little faster now. All right. It's seamless. It says where am I? Latency is anticipated to be reduced to 1 millisecond or less, essential for applications requiring real-time responsiveness. Real-time responsiveness don't just deal with video games or posting on Instagram or YouTube. It deals with that swipe of the hand. All right. Real-time responsiveness, such as remote surgery and autonomous vehicles. All right. So the 5G wasn't able to handle to what I'm seeing, those electric vehicles from Tesla, them joints be crashing all over the place. But guess what? That 6G probably can remedy that. All right, and that package is going to be rolled out to where you think it's going to be good for you, but it's not. Especially if you're an Israelite, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's your detriment. All right. So integration with AI. We all know AI, artificial intelligence. All right. The convergence of artificial intelligence and 6G will create AI native networks, enhancing efficiency and resilience. AI will support decision-making regarding IT infrastructure, optimizing data storage and processing locations, and enabling advanced applications like real-time translation and sentiment analysis. Now, this goes into pretty much the infrastructure as well, too. Who's running the infrastructure so far? It's man and also technology, AI technology capabilities. But guess what? When that 6G start get rolled out, they ain't gonna need no more bodies no more. So guess what? They ain't gonna need no more people to work them fields no more. So there's gonna be an influx of people getting fired or laid off from their jobs who works in that technology department or that technology industry. All right. So they're gonna have to resort to going back into the blue collar work, plumbing, electric, HVAC, maintenance, carpentry. All right. Going back to using your hands, because a lot of people's getting laid off, especially you women. All right, that DEI thing, just seeing trying to put these black bitches in these positions, these weak women, these retarded women in these positions that they ought not to be, just for a what's that hire? Just for a cultural hire, so to speak. Just to keep that token Negro up in there. There's no more of that. Trump shutting that shit down. You know, making $120,000 a year just to work at Google, just to sit and get free coffee and free lunch. Nah, that's no more of that, man. You women gonna catch the blunt end of that, cause y'all don't like to work anyway. All right, so a lot of people gonna get laid off in the technology industry, in the technical industry. All right, expanded application 6G will extend beyond traditional mobile communication. Okay, integrating into smart homes, autonomous vehicles, and immersive entertainment through AR VR technology. It will facilitate the deployment of intelligent robots and drones, enabling complex tasks in various sectors. Also, that goes into the War Department. All right, so the 6G is going to have such a strong infrastructure that some of these damn drones, they're gonna fly on their own. They're gonna complete missions. They're gonna first of all, they're gonna interpret what the commander wants that drone to do in the air. He's gonna interpret it through some type of AI technology, and he already know what his target's gonna be just off of the technology that's already implemented. So shit's about to get real out here, man. And I'm just saying this just off of like not experience, but just off of an assumption. All right, because 5G wasn't able to handle the infrastructure that Esau wants. Well, actually, Yahweh Shemal Shah wants, because this is his technology. All right, this is his will. Now we got challenges and considerations. Infrastructure overhaul. Now that's going to be a big one. The rollout of 6G will require significant upgrades to existing network infrastructure, which poses financial challenges for service providers. Backward compatibility with older technology will also be a crucial consideration. So telecommunications. I used to work in telecommunications. All right, they're doing an overhaul right now as we speak. It's called High Split. The High Split has to keep up in demands with the new capabilities of 6G technology. Like I said, I was in the telecommunications industry. I never even heard of 6G, so that was probably keeping that they was kind of keep that in the hush hush, so to speak. Because we knew about High Split. High Split is just making the communications better from the pole or pedestal to the house. All right, better latency, better gigs per second, so to speak. But that's all playing a part with the infrastructure. All right, which that's going to be a fiasco. But if anybody want to go work into the telecommunications, they probably hiring like a motherfucker, because they're going to need that help for High Split. Standardization and development timeline. As of mid-2025, 6G standardization is progressing with commercial deployments expected in the early 2030s. Organizations like the International Telecommunication Union are leading this process, aiming to establish a clear roadmap for 6G development. So they're getting busy. So in conclusion, just wanted to read a little bit, get some edification on this. Like I said, I didn't hear this up until I heard one of the elders up top in New York talk about this joint, man. All right, so things are popping up, things are ramping up, man. I can just kick it off with the Revelations 13:16 and get the our temptation scripture. We can move on, but I do have ChatGPT lined up too. So in conclusion, the future of 6G technology holds immense potential to transform how we interact with the digital world. Ooh-wee, that word digital. Enabling a fully integrated and intelligent network that connects the physical, digital, and biological realms. Come on, man. What is this? Come on. The physical, digital, and biological realms. As research and development continue, 6G is set to redefine communication and technology landscapes in the coming decades, paving the way for innovations that are currently beyond our imagination. Welcome to Revelation 13, verse 16, dog. Come on, man. If you niggas talking something otherwise, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, the apostles, elder bishops talking, and through the spirit GMS is talking, then you bug the fuck out your mind, man. They really rolled out the red carpet for you, man. I mean, you gotta probably break down some words and see the technology and boom 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 and do your own research, but that's pretty much the shell of it. All right. So I went to ChatGPT and I typed in what I typed in. Okay, I said RFID. I'll say this is what I typed in. It says, when will the schmack be implemented? Just, it says, because I want to start using ChatGPT more often through the spirit. It said the schmacks are already implemented, which we already know. today, but only in specific limited contexts. Not universal yet, but it will be, or mandatory. It's not mandatory yet because they ain't been fully rolled out. They still probably in that not research and development phase. They in that, let me pick a couple of niggas here and there, so to speak. Already in use. Animals, we already know that. Access control points, know that. Supply chains, retail, healthcare, passports, and IDs. We already know that. Boom, boom, boom. So human implantation is very limited. It's voluntary basis. So you got dumbass nigga. Watched the video. He got to insert it in his head. So he's probably gonna die just because. Well, first he's gonna die anyway. He's gonna get put to death, but he might die just because it's in his infancy phase, and also those properties. It's foreign to your body. It won't gel right with your body, So he might catch cancer or some shit. So voluntary adult implants exist in a few countries. Examples: office access, event entry, experimental medical identification. So they're using you niggas as like human guinea pigs. All right, these are optional, small scale, of course. It's not approved or recommended for minors. It's not government mandated, but it soon will be. All right. Now they say it's not happening now as of now. No plans for mandates for the schmack. All right. They says no plans for population-wide tracking schmacks. All right. There's no plans for replacement of phones, IDs, or cash with implants. But we already know that's bullshit. All right. There are plans. All right. Whether the grand populace know or not, we know through the spirit. The prophets know. Anyways, future possibilities. Like we already talked about. All right, it's used to make your so-called life easier, adaptable. All right, which is going to be your detriment, you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Even if you are 2/3, you still shouldn't be in allegiance with Esau, Edom, which majority of you niggas already are. All right, but if you got an inkling of thinking of the hopeful elect, even if you don't think you are, you should always think you are. Lord's will, you know what I mean? Not to be proud or nothing, especially if you're doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shah to the best of your abilities. All right, like a lot, apostles, bishops, brothers on down, through the spirit, Lord's will. All right, we're not taking that, man. We ain't got time for that shit, man. Lord's will. But that, I have to get that to real quick, that precept. But it's supposed to make your life easier, that's what the package is rolled out for. But it's used for control, man. All right, which I typed in another one. What does Revelation 13:16 means out of ChatGPT? It's a religious verse, of course. It's from the scriptures. All right. And it says, this verse is briefly summarized but not quoted. It describes a future time, okay, Apostle John, when people are required to receive the mark. We already know what that is. Charagma, a print, incision, a brand, okay, on the right hand or forehead in order to buy and sell. Plain as day. How it's commonly understood is symbolic interpretation. Many scholars believe this verse is symbolic, not literal. See, it's literal. It's literal. It's literally going to happen. It's not symbolic. All right. Now, in the case, in a sense, no, it's literal. All right, because you're literally going to bow down to Esau when you take it. All right, and it can be symbolic because your allegiance. All right, your allegiance. It symbolizes you when you take it. That symbolizes your allegiance to Esau, Edom. But for realistically, it's literal. So the hand represents actions. All right, boom, boom, boom. Carnal hand, boom, boom, boom. The forehead represents. See, no, it's if you, it's both. These are literal. Hand and forehead is literal. All right, if you got no hands, they're gonna throw that shit in your forehead. All right, they can throw it in your left butt cheek. Either way, it's something foreign, something going in your system. That's the size of a grain of rice. All right, the mark, which, like I said, it does represent loyalty or obedience to Esau, Edom, the beast, and it also is literal. All right. That's pretty much it. Now we'll be at let's get some precepts to close out because you pretty much get the point. I just want to let's read number 3. Literal future interpretation. Some Christians believe it refers to future literal system involving All right, economic control, forced loyalty, a visible enforceable mark. There it is, a visible, because it's gonna be under your skin, but you're gonna have like that. You can have that feeling in your hand, you know, when you got like something probably itch or some shit, but you're gonna see it in your hand. All right, and for the most part, it can be forcible, but through the spirit, it's gonna be a lot of people lining up anyway to take it. Some niggas ain't even gonna be forced. They're like, you ain't gonna tell me twice, type niggas, you know. But of course, it's not gonna mention. Apostle John is not gonna mention it. It says it's a C-hip. It's a RFID technology. No, because it's a modern day device technology. No, he's gonna use what he can use in ancient times. All right, you know, but that's pretty simple as well too. But anyways, let's get some precepts to close out. Thinking just our temptation. Revelation 13:16, man. If y'all don't get it at this point, man, man, I don't know what to tell you. To be straight up with you, you know. Did I spell it correctly? All right. Let me just get it. Was it Revelation 2? Slocky. Hey, yeah, man. This like I said, I didn't even know anything about this new technology being rolled out. Which I had an inkling, of course, because hold on, did I spell it incorrectly? Listen. Yeah, you give me a hot second. I'll forget the daggone scripture. I'll read this real quick. Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, which he will, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So some brothers want to be put in this prison, concentration camps, be put to death for our beliefs. And, you know, we have to stand strong on that. We have to stand, what they say, 10 toes down, you know, because, there it is, 3 and 10, lock it. We're going to what they say, stand 10 toes down, because this thing is rolling out, and it's going when it rolls out, it's going to roll out quick. All right. Cause the Lord, like I said, the Lord's going to make this real fast, because like I said, he has to get his elect men up out of here. All right. So things are speeding up for a reason. All right. So Revelation 3 and 10 and close out. This is because thou hast kept the word of my patience, which patience is synonymous with suffering. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Hour of temptation it involves everything that you can be tempted. You can be tempted, mainly is the Revelation 13 verse 16. In smaller terms, a big booty bitch, money, because a lot of people are tempted with money right now. A lot of these camps are tempted with money. They selling out over some chump change Esau's giving them. All right. Some tax breaks, you know, whatever have you. You know, however Esau is tempting a lot of you niggas to sell out, taking pictures with Muslims, doing these stupid ass debates online. Which Lord's will, I might have to do a lesson on that tonight. I always say it, but I think that was a ritual, humiliation ritual. Captain Zazariak doing all these dumbass debates on these weird ass podcasts, and he's forgetting what he was called to do, which I believe he's a false prophet, man. Jet setting, getting paid doing it. He ain't doing the work. He's not on highways and byways. He's just out there jet setting and just laughing and living it up. So I want to do a lesson on that, because I think it was one particular podcast. This is the second time on it, on a podcast, and he just gets laughed at and they just disrespect him. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? You're a grown ass man. You know. Anyways, that's another thing. Let's get this to close out. This is because thou hast kept the word of my patience. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. There it is. It says upon all the world. So that's everybody, all the inhabitants in the world, all the heathen nations, especially you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's who they really want to target, right? Because they know our power. Our power don't stand for you taking that. All right. But anyways, it's coming. It's here. We just gotta brace up and keep our faith into the end, Lord's will, when we get that crown of life. So with that, I'm gonna give all praise, all honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakadash. Double honors be to the apostles and elder bishops, great millstone. Peace and salutation to the elders walking with JMS. Men that are like him, that is push word, truth, and sincerity. Shalom to the flight, while Baba Ball, Shalom, Lord's will we endure.